Hi, I'm Niall, and you're watching Fat Fives Football TV.
Week 8 highlights for Fat Fives Football Season 8 available for you today. You see we've got 12 games on screen for you. And so we're going to jump into the team lineups, see who has been available this week for the squad. Starting with Parmesan Belgrade, they have Martin, Graham, Jordan, Callum and Scott from the main squad lineup for them available this week. And I've called on 3 commissioner players to help them out this week as well, including Ryan, who is making his league debut as well as Parmesan Belgrade commissioner debut. Moving on to Flaberdeen. Flaberdeen have a strong squad this week with Doug, Captain Paul, Jamie, new recruit, Craig, Barry, Terry, Kev, and they also have John, again another brand new member making their debut this week at Fat Fives Football as Flaberdeen continue to try and get themselves in a defending title position. Scandinavia have had an absolute turn of fortune for the positive, and this week are able to call upon Wayne, Lewis, Thomas, Chris, Champers, Matthew, Mike, and also bring in MJ, who has been commissioner for a few weeks now, has been popping up for a few teams being impactful there. Can their good form continue this week? OB City lineup next, as Willie was available at the sideline to support the team but didn't actually play this week, but we have included them in the lineup. OB City are able to call upon Luke, Nathan, Bernie, Matt, Lewis, Adam and Gogs, and Stevie, another new player to the league, making their debut today as well. Looking at Rapid Viennetta are able to call upon James, Nell, Graham, Aidan, JC, Lewis and Cal, as well as having Keith in their team, who is making his debut at Fat Fives Football this week. Rapid Viennetta been battling away at the top with Ivory Toast. They'll be looking to get the results to keep them there at the top. Fatburn Rovers have had a bit of a renaissance and have moved themselves back up into better positions in the league. They've got Terry, Sean, Tazzy, John, Matthew, Callum, Stephen and James all available for them this week. Another team that doesn't have any commissioner teams in them this week, and they'll look to continue to make good strides in the right direction, moving up the league. Ivory Toast, one of the top 2 that we've had, although there is some competition closing in on them, in on the league. Greg, David, Liam, Chucky, Barry, Kev, Ian and Neil all available this week to help ensure that Ivory Toast continue to stay in the right part of the table as they challenge for the title. And finally, Bayern Brew, who have been battling out with Parmesan Belgrade at the bottom of the league for the majority of the season. They've only got Colin and Andy today, so a little bit like Parmesan Belgrade last week, they have a number of commissioner players helping them out this week, including Martin, Timber, Zach, Stuart and Barry, who is making his debut at Fat Fives Football. Looking at the league table before the games kick off, Ivory Toast at the top on 38, Rapid Viennetta second, 37, Scandinavia 36, Fatburn Rovers and OB City 4th and 5th, 35, 32, Flaberdeen at 26, Parmesan Belgrade on 20 and Bayern Brew on 19. First match that we have for you this week is Fatburn Rovers versus Parmesan Belgrade. Fatburn Rovers in green, shooting left to right. Parmesan Belgrade in white, shooting right to left. Early on here, Fatburn Rovers into the Parmesan Belgrade half, but they have the ball loose now. Jordan all the way through. Can he score? Oh, and he's hit the post. Could have been an early chance there for Parmesan Belgrade as Callum rather than Cal, just to make some differences here and people miss hits it there. Fatburn Rovers continuing to defend. James now with the ball into the middle now. Fatburn Rovers, can they get the ball away? The shoot, and it's a goal for Sean there. Brilliant control from him there. James playing that ball through, finding the tiny gap there. One touch there, has Callum there for pressure. Plays it on the other side, stops, gives himself some room, and then slots it past goals in there, past Scott into the back of the net rather than past the goals, as I just said there. Fatburn Rovers 1-0 up in this game. They're taking the lead. They're continuing their good form. After a good week last week for Parmesan Belgrade, winning 2 out of 3, they will be frustrated to find themselves behind early on. Sean on commissioner, playing it to Jordan now. Jordan pushing through now. Jordan gets a shot away. Tazzy in goals for Fatburn Rovers, making the save there. Tazzy playing the ball out for Fatburn Rovers all the way up to his captain James there. He's got Graham on Parmesan Belgrade there for help. And Sean with the shot, and Scott with the save there as the ball ricochets wide and goes back to the Fatburn Rovers half of the pitch there. Stephen losing the ball there to Lewis. Lewis with a shot there, but it's saved by Tazi. Now Jordan on it for Parmesan Belgrade. Tries to play to the back post. Tazi with an important touch to take it away from Sean, who's in a good position there. Callum now plays it to Sean. Parmesan Belgrade getting forward. Lewis now. Lewis to get the shot away. Plays it to Jordan. Another save there from Tazi. Ball in the middle now. Can he get it away this time? No, he can't. Callum for Fatburn Rovers. So we've actually got two Callums on the pitch in this game. Gets it away there as Jordan shoots, but Tazi makes the good save there. Fatburn Rovers looking forward. John to Sean. Sean with the shot. Sean with the goal. And that is 2 for him today in this match, showing that he's got his shooting boots on today. John takes that ball and plays a nice little ball to Sean on the far side there. And Sean just slots it in the back of the net to give him and his team 2 goals to the good now. So 2-0 to Fatburn Rovers, and Parmesan Belgrade finding themselves behind here. Ball play through to Lewis. Lewis though, great turn, great shot, and there is the equaliser. Lewis on loan from the Commissioner squad there, was on loan in Parmesan last week and made an impact. He has made an impact in this game, giving Parmesan Belgrade the opportunity to get back into this match. So it is 2-1 now in this game. Could this be the opportunity for Parmesan Belgrade to get back into this match? We'll just have to see how the game plays out. Parmesan Belgrade will be hoping that happens. Fatburn Rovers will not be. Callum for Fatburn Rovers, playing it to John now. John pushing forward, goes around Callum for Parmesan Belgrade, and he slots it away there. Great goal there by John. Callum came forward there, tried to get a foot onto the ball there, but couldn't, and then John just slots it past the outrushing to the edge of his box Scott, who's in goals there, and unfortunately nothing can be done to stop the shot going into the back of the net. So 3-1 in this match. Parmesan Belgrade find themselves further behind in this game. Sean there with the shot, and there is the goal there. Actually, as I said, we've got 2 Callums, we've got 2 Seans on the pitch. So Sean for Parmesan Belgrade getting a goal there for Parmesan Belgrade. Great finish there, lovely turn on Matthew, as Sean for Fatburn Rovers has 2 to his name. Battle of the Seans and Battle of the Callums in this match. So 3-2 is the current score. Fatburn Rovers just edging it here by 1 goal as Scott in goals for Parmesan Belgrade. It clears that away. James in a lovely position here, but he can't get it past Scott. Second attempt, he does though. And it's 3-2 in the match here for Fatburn Rovers. They're in a fantastic position now with that goal, putting them 2 goals ahead, and Parmesan Belgrade find themselves 2 goals behind once again and find themselves kicking off again as Jordan comes forward there, but is blocked. Graham with the long shot, but it doesn't hit the target. Parmesan Belgrade with the ball in their half, looking to push forward once again. Jordan to Graham, Graham back to Jordan. Jordan now with the ball, takes the shot there, just doesn't quite curl past the goalkeeper there. Strong foot from the Fatburn Rovers goalkeeper, denying a third goal for Parmesan Belgrade. James now for Fatburn Rovers with the ball, plays it into the middle there. John's got it though. John opportunistically picks up that ball there. It's a poor control there from Graham, unfortunately, just in front of the box there. And John, first time hits it into the back of the net. You can see the hand goes up there. Graham knows that he's made the mistake there. John absolutely pouncing on that opportunity and gives him a second goal in this game and gives Fatburn Rovers their 5th. So a bit of a gap here building for Fatburn Rovers over Parmesan Belgrade. Scott playing that ball all the way out to Sean from Commissioner, on loan to Jordan. Jordan with the shot, saved there from the goalkeeper. Jordan not having much luck this week in this game so far. Multiple shots on target, nothing converting yet. The ball's played off the back goal there, and then Graham getting an opportunistic goal himself after being punished by John there, makes it 5-3 and gives Parmesan Belgrade the 3rd goal. The heavy touch there from the goalkeeper. Graham pounces on that and slots it in the back of the net, and that will make up potentially for the goal that John scored against him. It will probably within himself make him feel a little bit better that he's managed to claw the goal back for them. But it's still 5-3 and Parmesan Belgrade still find themselves 2 goals behind in this game as John puts it back to 3 goals ahead for Fatburn Rovers. Lovely ball there, played in from the corner. Unfortunately, the camera can't pick up everything from the corners, But John there, first strike through the legs of Martin. Unfortunately, two Parmesan Belgrade players there coming across, trying to block, but John manages to squeeze it past them both and into the back of the net. 6-3 the scoreline in this match. And is this the last of the goals that we will see in this game, or do we think we will see some more? Lewis there with the shot blocked there. Sean tried to get on target there, but it's just wide. Now Sean has the ball on the opposite end, but unable to make anything from that. Tazzy coming forward now for Fatburn Rovers, but he's lost it now. And now Ryan on loan from Commissioner plays it there to Sean there, and Sean's shot is saved there, but a tongue twister there. As we enter the final piece of play in this game, the ball goes all the way back to Fatburn Rovers. Fatburn Rovers looking to just hang on to the ball, kind of kill a bit of time there. And the referee blows for full time. 6-3 the final score in this match. Second game of week 8 sees Flaberdeen versus Rapid Viennetta. Flaberdeen in blue shooting left to right. Rapid Viennetta in orange shooting from right to left. And please excuse the slight odd angle of the camera. We had a little bit of a measurement issue when we were setting up the camera, but still enjoyable and viewable so far. Rapid Viennetta holding on to the ball in their half of the pitch now as they break forward to Aidan with the ball. Finds Cal in front of goals. Can Cal convert? Yes, he does. Early on here, Rapid Viennetta with the opportunity, taking full advantage of finding their captain in a fantastic position in front of goals. And unfortunately, Jamie unable to get a hand onto the ball as it just goes past him and into the back of the net. So Rapid Viennetta first to get blood in this game with the opening goal. 1-0 to them is the scoreline so far as Flaberdeen come forward now with Doug on the edge of the box there, and Doug converts. Brilliant goal there from Doug. Fantastic run after the long ball played into his path there, and he puts it through the legs of Lewis in goals, and suddenly the game is back to all square, being 1-1 being the score. So Cal and Doug there just on your screen on the right there. Cal playing the ball to JC. Both goal scorers in this match so far. JC coming forward, but the ball is lost there. Terry now for Flaberdeen as Flaberdeen push forward, and Kev there with the touch. Not enough to get past Lewis. Doug will collect that on the other side though, and this might be the start of another Flaberdeen attack as Craig finds Kev. Kev with a shot. Kev with the goal for Flaberdeen, and that puts them 2-1 ahead in this match. Over the other side, Craig there with the ball played into the middle of the pitch there, and Kev, nice finish there. Lewis just not a strong enough foot to see that away. Got a slight touch, but not enough to keep it out, and Kev will be happy with that goal for his team. So 2-1 is the score now, as you see Keith there making his debut for Rapid Viennetta with the shot, and it's just went wide of the goal there. Very unfortunate early on in this game. Debutant almost getting the league debut goal. Aidan now with the ball, playing it to James. James, several players in front of him as JC takes a shot from distance and hits the post there. Rapid Viennetta looking like they're going to try and get back into this game as much as they can with a lot of attacking effort. JC with the ball, plays it through to Aidan, and Aidan shoots and scores to get the equaliser and put it back to all square at 2-2. Aidan receiving that ball from JC. JC, great little dummy there, just holding up the ball and then just strokes it very calmly into the path of Aidan there, who's able to fire it past the diving Jamie in goals. So 2-2 in this match now, both teams on 2 goals each with different goal scorers in this game. So hopefully we see goals aplenty in this match. As Keith now from the Commissioner making his debut this week up against their John, who's also making a debut as Keith has the ball now. Keith with the shot, Keith with the goal, and he does get a goal on his league debut. Lovely run there. It got caught up in the middle between Graham and Doug there, and then Keith takes it away and slots it into the bottom corner past Jamie, and that makes it 3-2 in this match. Rapid Viennetta getting themselves in front once again as the shot is blocked there from Craig by Lewis. Rapid Viennetta though have some fortunate luck with the deflection as JC has the ball in the middle of the pitch, opts to play it back to Keith. Now what's Keith going to do here? He goes around Craig, takes the shot, great shot, Fantastic save there by Jamie. He will be feeling good about that save. Could easily have wormed past him into the back of the net and put Rapid Vienna 2 goals in front. But it stays at 3-2 as John, the other debutant from the Commissioners team, has a chance to get a goal, but this time unfortunately unable to, and Lewis is able to deflect Craig's shot on goal there. Ball now over near the camera there as Keith goes up against Craig, but Craig showing his experience there, holding on to the ball, playing through to Terry, and Terry slots it away there. Fantastic finish there from distance. This is becoming a bit of a trademark from Terry, picking up the ball about midway, having a storming run forward and a powerful shot. Lewis unable to get a hand on the ball there as it hits the back of the net, and that gets Flaberdeen back into this match. 3-3 in this game, and we have had every goal so far scored by different goal scorer. Both these teams very attacking with some brilliant finishers across the pitch. We're seeing that in this match. So, can either team get a goal that puts them into the driving position to win this game, or will it be a draw for both? As Jamie makes a brilliant save there against Graham after the ball runs loose in front of him there. Rapid Vienna into the Flaberdeen half now with the opportunity there, and Jamie, brilliant save with the legs, and then stops that ball bobbling into the back of the net just over him there. Great goalkeeping there from Jamie. A great understudy and replacement for the sadly missed Don, who, as I mentioned last week, has had to leave the league due to work commitments. Shot there by James, but Jamie once again down and making the save there. Doug with the ball at feet, looking to play up the line to Kev, finds Kev though, plays it back into the middle to Doug. Doug now through on goal, just wide from Doug there, incredibly unfortunate for him and for Flaberdeen. But here comes Rapid Vienna on the attack. Keith ball at feet. Keith now just under the camera and looking to find an opportunity here. Now he's going to go himself into the middle of the pitch, past Kev, takes the shot, and it's in! Cruelly takes the deflection for Flaberdeen, but Rapid Vienna won't care. That's them back in front again. You see the shot here from Keith. Baz comes across to try and block it, and actually bounces on Baz's foot, and I think that's what takes it away from Jamie and then goes into the back of the net. But Rapid Vienna have got themselves in front here, and that is 4-3, the current scoreline. They will be ecstatic to find themselves back in front once again in this match. Can they hold on to it though? The lead has flown back and forth between these two teams all game as Rapid Vienna come through once again, and the shot is just over the bar there from Aidan, and that maybe could have just sealed it there. So it's just a very tentative 1-goal lead in this match for Rapid Vienna. Keith playing it through to Aidan. Aidan now with the shot. Jamie down low with the save. Kev makes sure that doesn't go to a player in orange. And then the shot there is saved there by Jamie, and Flaberdeen will look to push it away, the ball to John. And John, oh no, John's done the disaster. Touched the ball in the box. Fatal mistake for any new person. You can see it there, clear as day. Referee rightly giving the penalty to the players as JC steps up to take it. JC versus Jamie. Will this be a fifth? And it's gone wide. I think Jamie might have got a touch on it, but JC's missed the penalty. And Rapid Vienna remain only 1 goal ahead in this match. But we are entering the final bit of play here as Terry looks to play it to Doug. The ball's loose. Craig will collect in the middle of the pitch. Referee blows full time. 4-3 to Rapid Vienna. Third match for week 8 sees Bayernbru versus Scandinavia. Bayernbru in purple, shooting left to right, and Scandinavia in red, shooting right to left. Bayernbru at the bottom of the table have been scrapping out with Parmesan Belgrade trading places as Scandinavia been pushing up the league, and just as Champers has been pushing forward and scoring goals. You might have heard the car alarm in the background there. Apologies for that. Champers, a lovely ball play through to him there, and he slots it away early on in this game past Zach Ingalls there, who is one of the many commissioner players have on the Bayernbru team this week, due to them only having Colin and Andy available this week. So 1-0 to Scandinavia. Scandinavia looking to push forward once again, but Zach stopping them and keeping a hold of the ball there in goals for Bayernbru as Wayne makes his own save there to match up with that. Champers with the ball at his feet. They're looking to try and get past Martin, finds Thomas, then through to Chris. Chris, top goal scorer for Scandinavia, hits just wide there. Chris actually number 2 top goal scorer in the league so far this season. He'll be looking to add to that tally and keep a hunt on Goggs at the top there. As Stewart gets the shot there, but Wayne manages to make a good save for it, and the Scandinavia defence managed to see it back to the goalkeeper. So the score is still 1-0 in this match. Andy playing it forward through to Martin. Martin, nice little turn, looking to find another player, finds Timber on the other side. Commissioner players all connected and eventually find it through to Andy. Andy now has Stewart there for help, and that's in the back of the net there by Stewart. Lovely ball, long shot there, gets into the corner of the goals there, and that is the equaliser there. It was fractions away from almost going past the goalpost, but it has been perfectly aimed and uses the inside of the post to stay in the goal. 1-1 in this match as Scandinavia look to push forward. Champers with the shot, but it's blocked there. Bayern Brew trying to pick up the ball now, but Scandinavia still have it with Thomas. Thomas looking to pull forward to Champers. Champers now with the shot. Big foot there from Zach has managed to save that. Andy could pick this ball up, but MJ does enough there to get away. MJ, who's also from the Commissioner squad playing for Scandinavia today. Martin, lovely touch there, but Colin unable to get to it quick enough as MJ and Champers picked that up. Now Scandinavia on the attack now. Got Chris on the opposite side, plays it through the Champers. Champers with the shot. What a finish there by Champers. 2-1 now with Champers. 2 goals to his name. That is a deadly partnership that is building up in this team between Chris and Champers there. And the shot with so much venom, Zach can't do anything to stop it there in goals. Scandinavia ahead by just a single goal now as Andy looks to play it through to Barry, who's making his league debut, and that's a bad pass there by Barry, but luckily enough the ball goes straight back to Zach in goal, so no need for him to worry there. MJ tries to get touch on the ball, but it goes all the way through to Zach. Now Barry with a nice second touch now and a decent shot there, but Wayne sees it away from there. Barry getting himself into this game, getting comfortable as Champers, lovely touch there, but it ricochets off the post. Scandinavia still have it on the opposite side in the middle of the box of Champers. Oh, and that's a vital block there by Barry to make sure that goes wide, and Zach and goals will be thanking him for that. Scandinavia now looking to play it to Lewis. Their captain Lewis finds Chris. Can Chris get the shot away? Yes, he does, and it's in the back of the net, and that is 3-1 Scandinavia. Scandinavia building up a nice little lead for themselves now with 2 goals there. Might have taken a touch off of Timber, I think, on the other side of the pitch there, but it might have just eked its way through anyway. But it's 3-1 in this match as Scandinavia look to continue to push ahead, and Martin having the ball at his feet. Lewis there for company as well as Chris, and now it's been dispossessed by Chris. Chris now still running, he's past Barry, past another one, takes a shot, oh, and he's hit it just over. Brilliant run there, but just couldn't apply the finish. Scandinavia get the ball away, all the way back into the defence. Now Martin's picked it up though. Can Martin make something from this? Finds Stewart on the other side, and Stewart gets a second goal for Bayern Brew in this game. Very fortunate there, Martin pick up that ball. Looked like it was a bit of a clearance, maybe a bit of a missed pass there from Scandinavia earlier, but Martin reacted well, found Stewart on the other side, and has got a second goal there for both himself and for Bayern Brew. So 3-2 is now the score in this game as Lewis, the captain, trying to emulate his inner Chris, but shoots horribly wide there with the shot. Scandinavia coming out from their own defence now as Matthew is on the ball. Matthew, lovely Pearson ball there, but it stays out though. Thomas with the shot, Zach with a great save, and eventually it lands back into the goalkeeper box. Zach just miscalculated where that ball was, and Thomas there with a great chance but couldn't convert. Now Chris has the ball in the middle of the pitch from Matthew. Chris going round Andy. Chris takes a shot. Such venom finding the bottom corner of the net there from Chris. Whatever Champers can do, Chris can certainly do too. Dummies Andy there and then fires it into the bottom corner there past Zach with some brilliant power there on that shot. It would have been a superb save required to stop that from going into the back of the net. So Bayern Brew now trailing by 2 goals as he look to come forward now with Andy with the ball. FB looking to play it through to Martin. Can Martin get onto it? It goes into the box and Wayne gets under control. And there's, now what's the call? He looks like a penalty he's given. And there's the touch from Mike there. Unfortunately, you can see the foot in the box. I missed that mainly because Mike was standing in front of Thomas and couldn't see it clearly. So penalty to Bayern Brew. And it's missed by Martin, unfortunately. Just hit the post and dribble wide there. Like I said, A little bit of confusion from the footage there, considering the position of the players, but the penalty correctly given there as Martin has the opportunity to make up for the penalty miss, and he does. Uses the wall to good use there. Takes the ball away from Mike. Wayne can get to the ball quick enough, and then on the rebound off the wall, manages to slot it away. Disaster in defence there for Mike, unfortunately. But Scandinavia are still winning, but just by a single goal now. So this is going to be a bit of squeaky bum time as we go into the latter stages. Unless Chris can convert, his shot is closed down, and Bayern Brew will breathe a sigh of relief considering how lethal Chris has been so far this season for Scandinavia. Here he is once again. Can he get away? Just a slight heavy touch there. Zach did enough to put him off there and forced him to shoot early there, and he couldn't get quite the touch on it, and it went wide. Final moments of the game as Timber smashes the ball up the pitch looking for a player. It goes all the way through to Wayne there, and the referee blows for full time. 4-3 to Scandinavia is the final score. Game number 4 in week 8 sees OB City versus Ivory Toast. OB City in black shooting left to right. Ivory Toast in yellow shooting right to left. Early on in this game, OB City having the ball in their half. Looks, tries to get it out away from goal, but Chuck intercepted. First time touch there. Smashes it into the back of the net. And Ivory Toast have themselves a quick, but as you probably want to say, surprising lead. Chucky there, not even taking a touch to control, hits it with the first foot, the standing foot, almost falling in the process, but manages to hit the back of the net with it. So 1-0 to Ivory Toast. Ivory Toast, who've had a fantastic season so far, away battling at the top, definitely title contenders. OB City having a bit of a mixed bag. Gogs still top of the goal scoring charts, but even with all that goal scoring power, OB City still not moving up towards the top of the table, as we saw Ian there a moment ago making a great save. Gogs now with the ball, takes the shot, and it's just over the bar, and he'll be wanting them to hit the back of the net if he wants to remain at the top of our MVP charts. Kev now with the ball at feed, nice pass there, beating past Adam, and the save from Luke to now lands with Liam. Liam takes a shot, but it just goes wide of the goal. OB City looking to come forward. The aforementioned Gogs there with the ball at feet, but options have closed down now. There's a late run from Nathan, intercepted by Chucky. Kev, lovely flick, lovely header, brilliant goal. That's some fantastic control there from Kev, who's found a new lease of form this season. Great flick over Adam's tackle there. Nice little header. The ball comes down and then he scoops it or flicks it past Luke, is probably more accurate there. Either way, Kev won't care. Ivory Toast won't care. The score is 2-0 with them in front as the ball goes all the way through to Ian in goals, and he'll pick it up gladfully. Gogs now looking to play it through to Nathan. Nathan, though, is forced to turn back by Chucky, but Gogs making a late run. Gogs with a flick there, and Ian down for it. I think there was a shout for a penalty, but the referee on the right side of the pitch to see it and says it wasn't there. Chucky now, ball at feet, looking to play it forward, plays it all the way to David. David with a touch, and it just goes wide. And Greg comes up in the follow through, but it does not convert to anything. Gogs now, ball opposite side of the pitch, looking to find a player. Looks to find Nathan, found Nathan. Nathan, lovely run, but it's stopped. Now David's away. David has Barry there for help, but David does play to Barry, and Barry slots it into the back of the net. Barry back after a period of absence from the Ivory Toast team, getting his goal there, and he will be delighted upon his return to get that goal for the team. They are making it 3-0 in this match. Lovely finish as well. Just opened up the body and slotted it into the corner there after the pass from David. Ivory Toast then in a really strong position as they look to continue to battle at the top of the league there with this 3-goal lead as Neil plays the ball through to Barry. Barry with a shot just wide. Can Neil get in the follow through? Great save there by Luke. Another chance potentially. It's seen away. Some fake chances there of penalty, but nothing given there. OB City looking to dig in deep into the defence to try and push forward, and the ball's lost there. Neil with the shot and just hits it over. You saw there in the black top and red shorts, you can see just now, just in front of the Ivory Toast box, is Stevie. Is another player making his league debut here this week as he plays it to Burnley. Burnley shot there, brilliant double save there by Ian, eventually picks it up. A great instinctive double save to stop OB City from getting back into this game. Ivory Toast will be chuffed with that, as a lovely flick there by David, almost trying to copy Kev's goal, but doesn't quite, and Liam hits the crossbar and David can't convert it from there. Ivory Toast playing some scintillating stuff in this match, and they still remain 3-0 in this game as Liam has the ball there. Brilliant save there by Luke, and you have to say, as much as Ivory Toast deserve to have this 3-goal lead, OB City will be thanking Luke for the amount of saves he's made. It would have been worse off as Burnley has the ball round Chucky. Burnley tries to hit it and blocked. They are brilliant defending, brilliant up front, brilliant defending. This Ivory Toast team is looking like such a lethal force after having a tough start after its incarnation. The save there from Ian and the second attempt there from Goggs is blocked there, and OB City has still yet to get a goal in this game. Will Ivory Toast walk away with a clean sweep here as back post there? The ball eventually does land in the back of it there by Burnley. It's not going to happen for Ivory Toast. There won't be a clean sheet here for Ivory Toast. Burnley has put it into the back of the net there. You can see great control there as Ian comes out trying to close down the gaps, waits for Ian to commit and then slots it past him, and that gives OB City the opening goal for them in this match, but they still trail by 2 goals with a scoreline of 3-1 to Ivory Toast. Kev now, can he find Chucky? Does find Chucky. Chucky restores the 3-goal lead in this game now with that goal. Interception there by Chucky originally. Kev still in position there on the opposite side of the pitch, and a nice little pass there from Kev to find Chucky on the edge of the box, and he slots it in the back of the net. 4-1 in this match, and as OB City thought they maybe found a way back into this, they have then conceded as Burnley clearly pulls back Chucky there to stop him progressing forward there as the free kick is given there. Nice little handshake between the two players there. Clearly no venom there in that incident there. As the ball rolled all the way back to Neil. Neil now looking to play a simple ball forward. Last bit of play here in this match. Ivory Toast will be winning this game. Will they get an extra goal at the end of the match? Luke's picked up the ball. No, they won't. 4-1 final score, Ivory Toast. Game number 5 sees Scandinavia versus Parmesan Belgrade. Scandinavia in red, shooting left to right. Parmesan Belgrade in white, shooting right to left. Scandinavia having a bit of a whale of a time, being very lethal in front of goals. Parmesan Belgrade, like I said in previous highlights, good last week, and they've hit the post straight away from this game. As I was saying, good last week, but bit of an unfortunate result in the earlier game. Can they turn things around as Martin for Parmesan Belgrade comes forward with the ball with a shot just inches away there from going into the top corner of the goal there. Very unfortunate for Martin there. Parmesan Belgrade looking lively at the start of this match as Champers has the ball and he's away, he takes the shot and he hits the post as well. 2 posts hit, one by either team so far in this game as both teams look to get forward as MJ looks to get the ball under control, but Scott picks up for Parmesan Belgrade, tries to get it to Jordan. Eventually the ball bounces off of Jordan. Parmesan Belgrade off screen with the ball. Jordan now on screen with the ball. Lewis there for company. Long ball switches over to Lewis for Parmesan Belgrade there. And Ryan, not Lewis. And the ball hits the back of the net by Ryan. Great first goal for Ryan, who is making his league debut this week. Smashes it past Wayne there. And Parmesan Belgrade are the first team to get a goal in this match, and this will be a tough match for them against Scandinavia, so they will be delighted to get that early goal as Lewis goes chasing that pass from Thomas. You see Thomas there asking for it back, Ryan asking for some help. The ball gets to Thomas though, unable to do anything with it. Champers now on the run. Champers with the shot there. Brilliant goal there by Champers. Shoots from distance there, running up the other side of the pitch there, up against Scott there, shoots from distance and then it squares into the bottom corner there. Callum in goals for Parmesan just left standing, staring at the ball. So 1-1 in this game. Scandinavia getting back into this match very quickly. It will be interesting to see where things go from here in this match. Wayne looking to hit that ball out long, gets it to the feet of Champers, but MJ unable to do anything in front of goal there. Ball played out to Chris. Oh, and it looks like a penalty has been given against Parmesan Belgrade here. Looks like it's from the goalkeeper, Callum here. Oh, his feet are out of the goal there completely. Ball dropped outside the box. Good spot from the referee. MJ steps up. And the save from Callum there. You can hear the cheers from Parmesan Belgrade. Penalty was definitely given correctly, but Parmesan Belgrade will be feeling a bit lucky there. Good save there from Callum in front of goals though, but it was the culprit originally. As a shot there is saved by Wayne. Bounced all the way through to MJ. Can Scott get onto it? He does, and Graham picks up. Graham plays the ball through. Now, and the ball saved once again by Wayne from Lewis there, and Ryan's shot just goes wide. Still only 1-1 in this game. Parmesan Belgrade doing a great job here, as well as obviously fortunate from the penalty save, considering the attacking prowess as mentioned by Scandinavia. And the save there once again by Wayne, almost putting Parmesan Belgrade in front there. Mike playing that ball all the way back to Wayne and goals, and the long ball played up. Martin, good header, lands at Matthew's feet though. Now Champers in space, first time, and Champers punishes Parmesan Belgrade. Very unfortunate for them there, but brilliant finish there from Champers. Matthew, great control from that header, and then first time Champers hits it into the back of the net, and Callum once again is left just standing watching the ball roll in the back of the net. So Scandinavia turned things around in this match. 2-1, they've put themselves in the driving seat, and they will obviously be looking to continue to push forward as Mike long ball up finds Champers, edge of the box. Champers away from Martin. Absolutely lethal stuff here from Champers. Barely any touches this week, and he is still scoring them. Just a lovely touch there to take that away from Martin, and then slots it back. And Parmesan Belgrade all of a sudden are now 2 goals behind in this match. Graham tries to put that ball, but Chris has intercepted it. Chris now. Oh, wow. Unbelievable stuff here from Scandinavia. Completely flipped this game around in the blink of an eye. Chris intercepting that pass, and then from almost the halfway line, smashes it into the back of the net. And once again, Callum is left picking that ball out of the net there. Parmesan Belgrade, who looked so good at the start of this game, have been absolutely sucker punched here as Wayne makes another save to deny Ryan there a shot on target. Sean now, it looks like a touch in the box there from Sean, and the referee is brandishing a red card here for the use of foul language. Not tolerated at all here at Fat Five. A sad sight to see, and Parmesan Belgrade put themselves now down to only 4 players, including the goalkeeper, as Ryan comes forward. Here's Ryan with the shot, and there is a goal for Parmesan Belgrade. It still leaves them 2 goals trailing, and the match will continue to be an uphill battle now that they have been reduced here, but a good response from the players on the pitch as they are currently. So play kicks off once again after a couple of eventful instances there, and Parmesan Belgrade will be looking to try and build upon that second goal that they've got, but against the difficult task of being a man down. And you can see the space on the pitch now for Scandinavia to exploit, as at the back post they're not given. Thomas looked like, definitely in the box there when he's touched it there. Good spot from the referee. And Thomas looked like he may have got another goal there, but not quite. Referee discounting the goal. The good spot there. As Scandinavia look to come forward, Thomas now has a chance. Hits wide, unfortunately. 2 chances for Thomas there. Haven't been able to convert. Lewis now with the shot from distance. Martin control. Lewis again. And Lewis does put it in the back of the net. And that just compounds the misery for Parmesan Belgrade. Shot from Lewis there. Hits on the board. Martin thought he had more time. Don't think he got a shout that Lewis was moving behind him there. Probably people not expecting Lewis to be moving that quickly, to be honest. Fair bit of pace with him there. And Parmesan Belgrade trail now by 3 goals, with the score line being 5-2 to Scandinavia. Ryan here continuing to fight as Champer comes across and blocks, and now there's space for Scandinavia to push up with only 2 Parmesan players back. Mike switching it all the way across there. Martin trying to come across, but MJ there Good finish there from MJ, and you can see how hard it is with just the 4 players available. Martin obviously being drawn in by Champers to try and stop Champers getting the shot away, but unfortunately it leaves MJ free in the middle, who does a great finish there, and the score is 6-2 to Scandinavia now, as the Scandinavian defence makes sure that that ball goes back into Wayne's box here. Chris moving forward now with the ball up against Martin. Brown Martin takes the shot and just hits wide of the goal there. Fortunately for Parmesan Belgrade and their fans, the whistle has gone in this game. 6-2 final score to Scandinavia. Game number 6 here on week 8, FAP 5 season 8 sees Fatburn Rovers versus Ivory Toast. Fatburn Rovers in green shooting left to right, and Ivory Toast in yellow shooting right to left. And just a note for viewers, after we watch Kev here, and Kev does score there. Had a little inkling there that when that ball landed at Kev's feet and in space, that might have been the opening goal. And indeed, it is the opening goal for Ivory Toast. Just to quickly say to viewers, you will see some of the Ivory Toast players and some of the Fatburn players playing without the tops on. It's because David for Ivory Toast is actually colourblind and struggles with the bibs. So just to let you know, if you see anybody going around with no bibs on, it's to help David. As the ball lands with Ian on the far side, Ian with the shot, and Ian with the second goal. Barely got that little note out to viewers about the bibs, and Ian has slotted the ball into the back of net. Great pass there by David, and a fantastic shot there from Ian into the far corner there. He'll be ecstatic with that finish, watching that back hopefully. And it is 2-0 to Ivory Toast in this match. Brilliant start out of the traps as Kev's picked up the ball, and it's 3-0 unbelievably. This is a fantastic start here for Ivory Toast this week. Absolutely flying out of the traps, going 3-0 up. Kev with 2 goals already, and Fatburn Rovers all over the place here. They're going to have to put in a massive shift now if they're going to try and get back into this game quickly as they look to come forward. But the ball's intercepted. David here on a little bit of a solo run. What's he going to do here? And he takes a shot and it is blocked. And Fatburn Rovers finally are able to stop the onslaught of that flow from Ivory Toast. Quick ball out, lands at the feet of Stephen. And now can Stephen get it forward there? He's got Kev blocking him there as Ian comes across. Good tackle. Kev's picked up from Ian though. Kev now with the ball. Kev with the shot. And it's already a hat-trick here for Kev. Mere minutes into the game, and he's got the hat-trick for the game. Takes the ball from Ian there. Ian runs off to give him an option in terms of passing it into the middle of pitch. Kev doesn't need it, shoots with power, and gets the reward to complete his hat-trick. Already 4-0 in this game, and Fatburn Rovers really at 6s and 7s trying to figure out what has hit them. An absolute sledgehammer has hit them, and they're 4-0 down. James pick up that ball, playing it through to Tazzy, who isn't wearing the bib in order to help David here, and the touch there by James just goes wide. So keep in mind, John and Tazzy both, as well as Sean, all playing with darker tops on to help David see the difference between the light bibs and the green bibs, as Sean puts the ball in the back of the net for Fatburn Rovers there, making the scoreline 4-1. A great ball played into him. And then as Neil comes across to try and get a tackle in, he keeps a hold of it and slots it into the back of the net there. So 4-1 in this match. Fatburn Rovers have found a way back into this game. And will this be a signal for them to push on and to try and get some further goals in this? As Liam with the ball, Liam with the shot, Liam with the goal, and that puts a resounding no to Fatburn Rovers' renaissance in this game. Liam there shot from distance there. Couple of players try to block down Matthew and goal there, gets a foot on it, but it's not strong enough, and it goes into the back of the net. As we start straight away here, John with a shot going all the way up to Chucky in his box. Chucky looking to get the ball out, plays it to Neil. Sean comes across to try and block him down, but the ball is played out wide. Long ball then to Neil on the opposite side. Neil plays it back into Liam. Liam plays it through into Barry. Back to Liam. Liam, will he finish? Oh, lovely save there by Matthew Ingles. We still have it. Can Liam get another shot away? Yes, he does this time. After a fantastic save for the first attempt, it has gone into the back of the net this time. Liam getting his goal here. plays it out of the corner there, and then just dinks it into the inside of the post. And it's 6-1 in this match. Absolutely crazy game in this match so far. 6 goals from Ivory Toast in absolute rapid succession. Fatburn Rovers are going to have to quickly get things together as John there. Now there's shouts in the box. The referee saying John didn't touch it in the box. We can see here John touched the ball outside the box, is absolutely fine. Now John does go into the box. That is very clever footwork there from John. It didn't look like he touched it. And just to let viewers know, we do have a momentum rule that if it is deemed almost impossible to stop on the line, we do forgive players for going into the box. John displaying that because he's not touching the ball and the goalkeeper almost right next to it. No advantage given there, no advantage gained there for Fatburn Rovers to be correct, therefore continues on there. Simply, we've got guys who are that little bit bigger, it's harder to stop. Ivory Toast with the ball up in the Fatburn area. Liam with the ball there. Oh, Liam as deft as you like, through the legs of Sean in goals there, coming out from the corner there, and it just slots it through the legs. Everybody's waiting for the shot there. Liam just with a very light touch there, and it's 7-1 in this match. Fatburn Rovers get the game underway, and the ball's played all the way back to Terry as Terry looks to play it into John and get the game rolling once again. Ivory Toast have the ball. Sorry, the ball is in the Ivory Toast half. James has it for Fatburn Rovers. David there with the initial block down to John. Can John get the shot away? He does! And he gets a Fatburn Rovers goal with muted celebrations there. But it does reduce the goal difference there. John, nice little touch, take it away from Liam there, and then smashes that in there to make it 7-2 in the match. 7-2, absolutely outstanding scoreline, and we still have loads of this game left to come to show you. Chucky on a solo run here into the Fatburn Rovers corner, plays it to the middle, and it's deemed in the box. They are saved anyway from Barry's touch there, but Barry was deemed to be in the box. So for Fatburn Rovers, everything ends well there. But the ball's being played straight to the Barry. Can Barry do it this time? He does! Absolute nightmare stuff from Sean in goals there. Looked to roll it out there, and then Barry just picked up that ball straight away, and within just one touch needing, he puts it into the bottom corner and gets the goal that he thought he was going to have beforehand, but was deemed in the box correctly, I might add. This time, no such worries, and it's 8-2 to Ivory Toast. This scoreline, final scoreline, could be absolutely anything at this point with the amount of clinical finishing from Ivory Toast. Stephen now looking to play it up, but he's accidentally played it to Chucky. Chucky now with a shot. Good save there from John, who's now stepped in goals to try and shore things up for Fatburn Rovers a little bit there. As James looks to play the ball, almost lands with the goalkeeper, the referee. But Kev picks it up and through the Barry, and Barry with a good shot, but John stands strong and makes the save. John collecting the ball on the edge of his box now, looks to roll it out to Stephen. Stephen a bit of a heavy touch, and Barry's picked up. Can Barry convert? Yes, he does. Barry, brilliant, tenacious battle in there. Stephen unfortunately tried to get the ball under control, but just bounced off his upper thigh there, and Barry took full advantage and gives Ivory Toast their 9th goal in this game. Unbelievably, 9 goals in this game. Really fantastic shooting work here from Ivory Toast in this match, you have to say. Fatburn Rovers really struggling to keep themselves locked secure at the back in this match, as John looks to pick up the ball. Missed it there slightly, but will beat Ian to it. Still has the ball at his feet. Will he finish this off himself? Yes, he does. And there's another goal for Fatburn Rovers as John tries his best here to reduce the goal difference here, to try and keep their overall goal difference in the league quite respectable. Great finish there by John. Turned Ian inside out there and then took the shot, and it goes past Greg in goals there. So 9-3 the current score. John getting his 2nd goal of the game there as Kev looks to play it there, but James intercepts. And we're moving into later parts of the game there. Greg with a good save there against Terry. Chucky, lovely little play there on opposite side of the pitch. Now will he go himself or will he play Ian here? Takes the shot himself, and it just goes behind the goals here. And now we enter the final piece of play in this absolutely thriller of a match. John picks up the ball after Chucky couldn't get it under control. There's only mere seconds left. John with the shot, Greg with the save. Liam plays it to Kev. Kev looks to get forward. Best of Tazzy. Final whistle goes. 9-3 final score in this match. Lucky number 7 for either OB City or Flaberdeen in this game. Week 8, Season 8, Fat Fives football, OB City versus Flaberdeen. Early on here, Lewis with the goal for OB City there. Brilliant move with them and a great finish there from him there. Lewis playing it into Stevie. Stevie making his debut here at Fat Fives. And what an impact there, playing it through to Lewis, who hits that past Jamie early on in this game, giving OB City a 1-goal lead. Flaberdeen here on the defence now after going 1 goal behind very early on. The ball played up to Craig there, but unfortunately nothing to come from it there. A little bit windy conditions, as you may be able to hear, as OB City push forward there. Matt's pass blocked by Paul. Now Craig gets the ball. Can he find his captain? Chooses to find Terry. Terry now with the shot. Terry with the goal once again. Terry breaking through the middle of the pitch there and slotting it in the back of the net. And that puts Flaberdeen back into all square of this game. Luke down early there, but unfortunately unable to get a foot out to stop Terry's opportunity there, and it's 1-1 in the match. OB City will be looking to try and get back into this game as Stevie has opportunity and just hits wide there, unfortunately for him. Flaberdeen have the ball in their half. OB City with it though. Lewis plays it Stevie, back to Lewis. Can Lewis finish this time past Jamie? No! Jamie, brilliant save there, denying Lewis a second goal in this game. Paul tries to clear the ball there, but it bounces off the back of Lewis there. But eventually it comes all the way back to him. Stevie in front of goal. Stevie gets a shot, and Stevie this time does get his goal. And it is 2-1 in this game. Lovely pass here by Lewis. There's 2 players closing in on him. Nice weighted pass there. And Stevie then choosing with the right foot to just slot it into the back there. Jamie unable to get a hand onto it. So 2-1 in this match as OB City go back into the lead once again. Can Flaberdeen come back into this into this game and make it all square? If they can come back into this pitch, it will also work as well, but Nathan closes that chance down from Kev there. The ball up in the Flaberdeen half. OB City on the attack. Ball play back to Nathan. Will he shoot from distance? Looks to play to Burnley. Burnley back to Lewis. Lewis on a hat-trick. And Lewis does get his hat. Sorry, not on the hat-trick. Lewis assisted the last goal. It was Stevie's goal. So it's not a hat-trick for Lewis. Apologies for the confusion there. It's Lewis only his second goal. But my, what a second goal anyway. Absolutely blasting it past Jamie there. Past the inside post, and it is 3-1 now to OB City. And OB City, who really struggled for shots away in the previous game earlier on in these highlights, they'll be delighted with the goals they've scored in this match. They've been a lot more clinical in this game than they were previously. As Flaberdeen though look to come forward through Doug. Doug has the ball now, looking to try and find a player there, but goes himself, and it's saved by Luke. Goggs now with the ball at feet, and it's got away from there. Doug's picked it up. Nathan though on the defensive does well. Burnley on the turn. Can Burnley finish? Burnley rolls. Oh my word, what a save by Jamie there. Looked for all intents and purposes that Burnley had chipped that over him. The big foot comes out there from Jamie. I don't mean big, I mean, you know, obviously he's put still important foot out there and stops the chip. Doug now with the shot. Doug with the goal. And you have to say that is a great finish by Doug there. Takes that ball in, and as Goggs comes across to try and block, he just does a little touch with his knee, and then both Goggs and Lewis there also looking to kind of close down him there. Not kind of, looking to actually close him down there. And he still manages to slot it away from both, and it is 3-2 there with Doug's goal putting Flaberdeen on 2 goals now as they look to come forward once again. Doug, ball at feet. Looks to play in Terry. Terry now in the middle of the pitch as Goggs in front. Looks to play it up to Craig. Craig gets past Adam. Craig still going. Craig with the finish, and it's a 3-3 game now. OB City have let their 2-goal lead completely collapse. Craig there, great run away from Adam. Nathan there with the foot out, but unable to get the touch on his shot there. And Luke sees that ball goes past him in the goals. And it's 3-3. Quick kick off here. OB City looking to try and get back at the Flaberdeen goal once again. Flaberdeen will be delighted to have this game back at all square now as Doug blocks that attempt from Adam all the way through to Craig. Craig with the shot, and Craig's shot is saved there. Good goalkeeping by Luke. Obi City looking to come forward, but it's been lost. Doug now, ball at feet, looks to take a shot, he does, and Craig can't get firm hands on that ball, and it squirms past him into the goal. And Flaberdeen have turned the game around and now leading in there. See there, Luke, both hands there, looked like he was going to get something on it, but it just squirms away from him there. And it's 4-3 now to Flaberdeen in this match. But here come OBC. Can they get a quick reply through Gogs? Yes, they can get a quick reply through Gogs there. Brilliant play in front of Terry there. Terry almost getting a touch on the ball, but Gogs continues to go, jumping over the tackle there and hits it in the back of the net. And these two teams duking it out in this match, both on equal goals here, 4-4 being the scoreline. Now, which direction is this game going to go? Will OB City be able to stick themselves back in front of? Will Flaberdeen find a second win to come back in? As Baz with a shot there, it's blocked, and Gogs now has the ball. Gog plays through to Adam. Can Adam score from here? Adam, yes, he does. Incredible stuff there from Adam. Brilliant position, brilliant run there, and he puts it away. See a little bit of nervousness there. Takes his time though, calms himself, and that's a great finish from that. Didn't want to overthink it. He did the right thing there and into the back of the net. 5-4 to OB City as this lead keeps changing hands between these teams. Terry coming forward though, past Adam, who's just scored. Oh, what a goal there by Terry. Manages to get away from the OB City recent goal scorer Adam there, and is able to slot that with a lovely curling effort into the back of the net there. And the OB City heads go down as their lead has been taken away once again. 5-5 in this match between the teams. And as I said, this lead does keep changing hands. Right now, the points are being shared. Will either team manage to get a winner before the end? So a little bit of time left as Flaberdeen come forward, and Doug's shot goes flying over there. But Barry picks up the seconds and puts it away. And is that the winning goal in this match? Doug's shot just too high there, and Barry almost unchallenged there. Nobody going for that. Barry sees that ball there. Thanks to Doug for the shot. And it's 6-5 in this match. Flaberdeen have got themselves the driving position in terms of getting away with the 3 points, and we are now heading into the last bit of play here. Paul's shot there agonisingly just over the top of the goals there. Terry coming through there. Oh, and a collision there for Stevie, but the referee blows the whistle, and that is 6-5 final score in this match. Game number 8 on week 8 sees Rapid Viennetta versus Bayern Brew. Rapid Viennetta in orange shooting from left to right. Bayern Brew in purple shooting right to left. Apologies for the camera being a bit squint in this match, but still all the action can be seen here. Bayern Brew on the defence now after the Rapid Viennetta shot there from Aiden, just goes wide of the goals there. JC coming forward now for Rapid, finds Aiden. Can Aiden play the pass? Will he take the shot? Great save there by Zach. Definitely one for the cameras, and it looked good anyway, but it denied, more importantly, the shot from hitting the back of the net. So Bayern Brew will be happy as Keith coming forward for Rapid. Lewis with the shot, and Lewis there with the goal. Opening goal in this game. Brilliant play there between Lewis and Keith. The ball playing between the two of them, and then from a tight angle, Lewis is able to stick it into the back of the net there. So Rapid Viennetta get the opening goal through Lewis in this match, 1-0 to them. Will we see a quick reply from Bayern Brew to get them back into this game? Zach with the ball, playing it out from the backline, finds Martin from the Commissioner's team this week to find Barry, also from Commissioner's team, but also making his debut. Into the corner now. Unfortunately, the camera cannot pick up the action in the corner, so we can just see all the faces of anticipation as this ball quickly comes out of the corner now, and it looks like Lewis has got it for Rapid. He's pushing on against the goals, finds JC with the shot, and JC with the goal there. I would love to talk about the action in that corner in the build-up, but I cannot. But what I can comment on is that's a fantastic pass by Lewis, and JC there takes his time, finds the corner, and puts it past Zach for the second goal. So, Bayern Brew now trailing by 2 goals, and Rapid looking comfortable with a 2-goal lead in this match. James in goals for Rapid, plays a long ball up to JC there, as JC gets it out from the corner and finds Keith in front of goals. And can Keith get the goal here? Tries to dummy Zach, plays it back to JC. Brilliant save there by Zach. No panicking from the goalkeeper there, even when Keith playing the dummy and then back heels it. Remains cool and gets the save away. The Bayern Brew looking to attack now as it gets forward there, but the save from James. So Rapid Viennetta still stay in front with the scoreline being 2-0. Once again, action into the far corner, and as stated several times, we can't grab that. But Graham plays the ball out to Keith. Keith with a shot, and this time Keith does score and does get his goal past Zach there. Brilliant run there by Graham. You can see that he looks up, you can see that run of Keith. Keith then looking to get on the back of the ball, on the end of the run from the ball there, apologies. And then Keith smashes it past Zach to get his goal in this game after being denied earlier through JC with that lovely dummy. So 3-0 to Rapid Viennetta, looking in a very comfortable position now as an accidental clash there between the players. You can see Timber there just making sure that Niall's okay, everything all good from there as Martin keeps going, but it's the save there by James. Bayern Brew have it in their own half. Zach picks it up there after Andrew sees it back, and the Timber got an opportunity, but it's been intercepted by Keith, and now Rapid Viennetta on the counter. Cal with the shot, saved by Zach, is up the other end, and James there for Rapid gets it under control to remove any threats there. Andy's intercepted though, and Andy with the shot, and the save there from James. So no goals yet for Bayern Brew, but looking attacking as Barry on the opposite side of the pitch looks to play it all the way across to Andrew, which he does successfully. Andy's on the run, Andy with a shot, and another good save there by James. Bayern Brew will be cursing to see an informed James in goals there for Rapid Viennetta. But that is how things are playing out just now. As Keith tries to get another shot away, and Zach is on the save once again for Bayern Brew. Colin up against Keith there as Keith tries to hold on to into defence and successfully does so. But Keith Collins picked it up, and Barry there with the shot. Really good shot there. But James just that little bit better in goals as he gets down and stops it there. Aiden's now picked up the loose ball after JC's interception of Barry now. Aiden still coming forward. Aiden now with some space. Aiden with a shot. Good save there by Zach. With the ball still in play to Keith. Will Keith take the shot himself? Plays into JC. JC holds on. JC scores. And there's the third goal for Rapid Viennetta in this game. Keith there in front of Colin, in front of the defence. Plays it to JC. JC waits for Zach to commit and then puts it in the back of the net. You can see that frustration there from Zach as he bangs away at the football there in front of him. So 4-0 to Rapid Viennetta. They're starting to look comfortable in this game. Bayern Brew certainly have had some chances but unable to convert thanks to the good goalkeeping of James. We've seen 2 good goalkeepers. Even though Zach has conceded 4 goals, there's still been some fantastic saves. As Colin there with the shot and the save there from James denying him. Bayern Brew will be frustrated with all these great chances they haven't converted. Barry with the ball. Great pass there to Timber. Can Timber get away there? Timber tries to chop in. And tries a Rabona there. And it's saved. And the frustration there gets the better of him as he deliberately handballs to stop the attack there. Aiden coming forward there for Rapid Vienna. Can he score? A great save once again by Zach. And then Colin sees that back into Zach's box there. Still no goals for Bayern Brew. Rapid still leading by 4-0 in this game as the ball goes all the way back to James in goals, and he'll look to get this out quickly. Good ball out there, and eventually goes all the way to Aiden in front of goals, and Aiden scores for a 5th goal for Rapid there. Quick counter-attack there from Rapid Viennetta, and a lovely touch by Aiden as he then volleys that past Zach, who comes to the edge of his box to try and put off the player. Bayern Brew get underway with not long left in this match. I think it's pretty safe to say that they won't be walking away with the points. Question is, will they get a goal before the whistle goes? Missed there by Stewart. Unfortunately, JC comes through. JC with a shot. He misses as well. Referee blows the whistle. 5-0 to Rapid Viennetta. We're into the last round of fixtures for this week. This is game number 9, Rapid Viennetta versus OB City, week 8, season 8, Fat Fives football. And we can see here OB City now with the ball in their own half, looking to get forward, but Rapid Viennetta through Niall have intercepted. Cal on the far side with the ball. Can Cal finish here? He's through on goal. Oh, and he hits wide of the goal there, unfortunately for Cal. But Rapid Viennetta into the OB City half here as the ball eventually goes back to Luke in goals to OB City. And the ball played out quickly from Luke to Lewis. Lewis now to Stevie. Can Stevie get the shot? And he just hits wide of the goal there, unfortunately for Stevie. Unable to get another goal this week. But Aidan with the ball in front of the OB City goals there, and it's bounced to the backboard back to Aidan, and he tries to get a little flick there to get it in the back of net, but it's unsuccessful in this case. Rapid Viennetta looking to break forward now. James playing on the ball out to Keith. Keith is running down on goal there. Luke with the save and gets it under control. Still 0-0 in this game, even though we've seen action either end of the pitch here as Rapid look to come forward here, but the pass is intercepted there. Burnley now gets it from Nathan. Burnley through and goal. Burnley with the shot, and James there with the save there to deny Burnley's shot. Long ball up there for Lewis to race onto. Lewis does get it before it goes into the box there, and then Lewis's ball's loose there, but Graham with the shot. Oh, and that's a brilliant shot, but the hand of Luke comes out to deny him there. So 0-0 in this match as OB City comes forward. Burnley to Goggs to Nathan. Nathan with the shot. Save there from James, who's landed with Lewis. But Graham's away with it now. Can the counter-attack happen here? Yes, it can. Graham gets the goal. Wonderful solo counter-attack there from Graham. Unlucky there from Lewis. Tries to get that ball under control. Graham there with the nifty touch to take it away. Threw in on goal and then hits it past Luke to get the opening goal in this match. 1-0 now to Rapid Viennetta, and they have the advantage in this match now as Lewis now for OB City has got an equaliser. Quick reply back there from OB City. Down not for long and get themselves back into all square, and they will be delighted to see one of their shots go past James, who's had some excellent saves at the start of this game. So 1-0, both keepers beaten. Both teams know they can score now as JC looks to come forward there. Goggs close them down, and the ball is Lewis. Graham unable to get under control. Nathan back to Goggs. Goggs with the shot, and just a little bit wide of the goal there. Great play by OB City. Burnley through to Goggs now. Goggs looking to play back to Burnley, but it's been blocked. JC now, the shot, hits off the back bar. Graham now gets under control. What a goal there by Graham. Brilliant control with the chest as that ball came back off the bar there. Lovely control, maybe hip and chest there, but lined himself up fantastic for the volley there, and then stuck it in the back of the net to make it 2-1 to Rapid Viennetta in this match. Great reply back there from Rapid Viennetta. Now can we see OB City do as they did beforehand and reply quickly back with a goal? OB City have it in their half. Goggs looking to find Burnley, does find Burnley. Burnley picks it up against Cal. The JC's joined. Now, what's the option here? The two of them almost get in the way, but Burnley gets the shot away there and it's wide. But Rapid Viennetta maybe on the counter here. Aidan got Graham there for help. Graham with the shot. Graham has completed the hat-trick. Brilliant counter-attack football there from Rapid Viennetta. That is pretty much almost all 3 goals have came of a quick counter-attack from an OB chance there. Graham, brilliant finish there on the inside the foot, gets it past Luke there, and it's 3-1 in this match. A quick-ish hat-trick from Graham there. We're probably about halfway over the game footage just now. So it's still a good scoreline for Rapid Viennetta. They've got a 2-goal advantage as here comes Goggs for OB City, and he's agonisingly hit the post. You can hear a bit of the anguish there from him there, a bit of the frustration there as it remains 3-1. JC up to Cal, JC gets it again from Cal. JC, goalkeeper's down, committed, and the block there for Adam denies JC a chance on goal there. The ball out from James to find Niall, who's been on the run, but Adam's kept him there for company. Finds Aidan now. Aidan with a shot. Brilliant finish there by Aidan. Tucks inside of the far post, and that gives Rapid Viennetta their 4th goal in this game, and they have got this game fully under control, you would say here. A 3-goal lead, and as we start to hurtle towards the end of the game, Obi City will have to come into this match sooner rather than later to try and get some more of these goals. They've got it in their own half though. Rapid have picked it up now and the shot is wide. Luke now has the opportunity to get things going straight away. There is Gogs in front of goals. Gogs the shot. Gogs with the goal, and that makes it 4-2 in this match. You could hear a bit of shouting there from James to say that Gogs is free. Nobody's picked him up. Nobody's sure, and Gogs hits it on the half volley. But we are in the dying embers of this match, with the score being 4-2, and the whistle goes. 4-2 to Rapid Viennetta as the final score. Game number 10 sees Partizan Belgrade versus Bayern Brew. Partizan Belgrade in white, shooting left to right, and Bayern Brew in purple, shooting right to left. Just to give a bit of a pre-warning, the camera did get hit during the footage, so the camera angle does get actually worse than this. But still able to see all the action, just at a very odd angle, as Bayern Brew early on there through Timber just goes wide. Ryan with a shot there for Partizan Belgrade. High and a little bit wide there. Players looking tired now. This is the last of the games, or this is the third game for a lot of these players, and for the most of it will be, as the ball rolls all the way back to Calm and goal. So Partizan Belgrade, Graham there gets past Barry there. Graham continues to go forward the shot, and Zach with the save. Lewis, second attempt there. Zach down and makes the save there. Well played now. Ryan coming forward for Partizan Belgrade. A lovely bit of pace there. Looks to square it to Lewis. And Lewis gets it in the back of the net there. Early goal for Partizan Belgrade. Puts them into the driving seat in this match. Two players go across to cover off Ryan. Lewis spare there as well as Graham. The ball makes it all the way to the back of the goal line there. And Lewis slots it away to make it 1-0 in this match as Partizan Belgrade get forward from Bayern Brew's kickoff there. Partizan Belgrade once again up into the Bayern Brew half. Graham with the ball at feet, looking for someone to play to there. Still has it though. Graham pushing forward to get the shot away. He does. And the hand there from Zach knocks it wide. Bayern Brew get that ball out their corner to Martin. Martin, lovely control there. Should have handball, but referee's not having it. And the shot there from Stewart goes in the back of the net there. We'll have a quick look here. I'm not going to say there actually, but a lovely pass there to Stewart after some good control from Martin. And Callum there with a bit of a laxed attempt there to clear the ball that has went wrong and has put Bayern Brew back into this match at 1-1. On the opposite side of the pitch now, Partizan coming through with a shot, and it just goes wide of the goal there from Zach. Timber having it there, a little bit of jostling there with Jordan. Barry now with the ball. He takes the shot. Save there from Callum goals. Second save there from Callum goals. Great goalkeeping. Much more solid goalkeeping than we saw for that opening goal there, you have to say. And it continues to be 1-1 in this match. Ryan coming forward with a shot, and it is saved there. Apologies, that was Lewis with the shot that was saved there a moment ago. Callum playing it out to Ryan now. Ryan coming forward. Ryan skips past Colin there. Can he get the shot away? Another strong save there by Zach. So this is the moment, shortly after the moment where the camera did get hit. So you can see the camera angle a lot worse. We apologise for it. But you can see Jordan coming through now. And Jordan getting the ball in the back of the net there. Brilliant finish there by Jordan. Goes past Colin there on his own. One-on-one v Zach. And then shoots across to find the back of the goal there to make it 2-1 to Partizan Belgrade as Bayern Brew look to get us underway once again. They find themselves trailing a goal behind. Bayern Brew with the ball in their half, looking to get forward. Martin playing it all the way through to Barry. The Barry setting the ball just off of Canberra to the left here. The ball circling in front of the box there. And Martin rushes forward and gets it into the back of the net there. Great run there by Martin. Credit to Barry for getting that ball out of the box when under pressure and finding Martin there on the edge of the box to get the second goal for Bayern Brew there. And now a bit of confusion here with some of the players. Obviously, referee has noted to kick off, but no whistle. Players standing looking and the play carried on there, but Zach making the save. Now Parmesan coming forward now, and Ryan is in the box just there, and the referee looks like has correctly given that as a non-goal for being in the box there. Parmesan Belgrade with the free kick on the opposite side of the pitch. Jordan looking to play it to Ryan, but Ryan's won it back over Bayern. Ryan with the shot, and Ryan puts it in the back of the net there to make it 3-2 to Parmesan Belgrade. Gets away from Barry there and gets himself some space to get the shot away. A little bit of frustration there from Zach in goals to be conceded once again. However, it is 3-2 now as the score line. So Parmesan Belgrade back into the driving seat once again in this match. Both teams here, this is a bottom of the league title, not a title decider, a bottom of the league battle going on here. So both teams will be desperate for the points as Zach manages to put off Callum and the ball just bounces off the post. So Parmesan Belgrade are in the position here that they'll be taking the 3 points that are vital at this end of the table. But Andy's intercepted the pass there. Andy with the shot. And it's trickled into the back of the net. And Andy's got the goal that puts it all square once again. The pass there all the way, trying to make it all the way through to Jordan, but unsuccessful. Andy gets the shot away there and Lewis unable to stop that from going the back of the net. So 3-3 in this match. Both teams desperate to walk away with the 3 points in this game. But who will be the team that does it? Or will it remain as a draw? We will see as Parmesan Belgrade are looking to get underway with a new player on the pitch. Jordan keeps going all the way and the shot is saved by Zach there to deny him. Zach once again pulling off a save against Martin this time for Parmesan Belgrade as Martin for Bayern Brew looks to switch that across. That ball's loose now. Callum hasn't gone for it. Martin has though. Martin pushes forward. Martin with the shot. Martin with a brilliant finish and Bayern Brew are in the lead. 4-3 in this match now. Martin picking up that loose ball, cuts into the middle of the pitch. Graham tries to get the block on it, but can, and Lewis is left just watching that ball go into the back of the net there. 4-3 the scoreline in this match, and Parmesan Belgrade get us underway in this game once again. Bayern Brew on the defence now and get the ball away. It's all the way up to Andy. Andy playing it to Timber, but not quite, but Martin's going to collect it. He's got Stuart and Timber and Andy. It's all four forward. Martin doesn't need any of them. Finds the bottom corner, and that is now 5-3 to Bayern Brew, who have turned this game around after playing the chaser to try and get into this game. They are now building themselves a comfortable lead in this match. 5-3 is now the score line here, and Parmesan Belgrade will be wondering how this game has got away from them. I think it's clear to see on the footage here that a lot of these players are facing fatigue now. It has been a tough afternoon for all these players and these teams, and you can tell a difference between the ones that still have that little bit of energy and the ones that are slightly flagging. As the ball's not cleared away there, Timber with the shot, and it's the 6th goal for Bayern there. Timber, very fortunate and very unlucky for Parmesan Belgrade. The ball is cleared and it bounces off of Martin there. Timber manages to get it under control. Great credit there to Timber for actually that touch to get it into the back of the net. That is a great hit from a ball in a very awkward position. But astoundingly, Bayern Brew not only have put themselves back into the lead of this game, but they have built themselves a significant lead now with 3 goals, as it looked so tight this match early on, as Andy goes on a solo run and can't quite get it there. Martin puts it in the back of the net, but the referee pointing out that Andy standing in the goal line, unfortunately, counts as being in the box. Another chance here, though, is Colin up there, and Colin just hits wide. And we are entering the last moments of this game. Can Parmesan get anything here? The ball's been lost. Referee blows the whistle. 6-3 to Bayern Brew. What a comeback. Game number 11 and the penultimate game for week 8 highlights sees Scandinavia versus Ivory Toast. Scandinavia in red shooting left to right, Ivory Toast in yellow shooting right to left. And early on here, instantly from kickoff, Chris has put the ball in the back of net for Scandinavia to give the opening goal in this game. Brilliant little run there from Chris, and David tried to get a block on Chris's shot there, but he manages to get it past him, and that is the opening goal in this match. And Scandinavia are the first to strike. 1-0 is the score instantly in this game. And will Ivory Toast have any reply here? Barry there, not hearing the shout from David. And Barry's shot there almost goes into the back of net, hits the underside of the crossbar, hits Wayne, but Wayne manages to react quick enough to keep it out there. So it stays 1-0 as Champers looks to find Chris. Chris is on a solo run. Can Chris finish? Yes, he can. What a finish there by Chris. And Scandinavia go 2 goals to the good quickly in this match. Lovely run there by Chris, and as he descends towards the edge of the box, manages to smash it past Greg Ingles, and it makes the score 2-0 in this match. So that is 2 goals for Chris in this game. Very quick goals, and Scandinavia already in a commanding position as the ball flies across their box from the Ivory Toast players there. Ivory Toast are not giving up here as Barry's there. Stays away from it though, says he's out of the box, still touched it, and the ball lands with Champers. Wow, what a passage of play there, as it looked like Ivory Toast were about to try and get a shot on target there. Thomas there with a clearance against the board. Champers reacts brilliantly and then puts it in the back of the net there. Absolute sucker punch there from Scandinavia, and a massive heap of luck there as that ball, when it bounced off the boards, landed brilliantly at Champers' feet there. Ivory Toast with the ball in their side of the pitch as they look to come forward. David, ball at feet, looks to try and get forward. Chris is standing there though, trying to close him down. Wayne with the block there, and Neil will collect that ball in his own half. Neil coming forward now. Neil with the ball there, but Chris has intercepted it, and Chris to Champers. Champers, lovely turn. Champers the finish, yes, and it's there. And Champers gets a 4th goal for Scandinavia, and Ivory Toast don't know what's hit them in this match. This is almost a reverse of their game against Fatburn Rovers, where Ivory Toast were the one that were scoring with every chance, and now they know how Fatburn Rovers must have felt in that match as Neil decides to play rugby instead of football by hitting the ball out of the pitch. So 4-0 to Scandinavia, still absolute miles left in this match. Scandinavia with the ball through Thomas, but it's been lost but to Chucky, and Chucky gets a goal back in this game to make it 4-1. That stops a little bit of the onslaught from Scandinavia against Ivory Toast. Great finish there by Chucky. Some good battling there against Thomas there, but then takes a shot from distance and manages to smash it past Wayne to give Ivory Toast their first goal in their match. So 4-1 is the score now, and we wonder who is going to be the next team to score. Will Scandinavia extend their lead, or will Ivory Toast start a comeback? And it is Scandinavia that get the goal. Eagle Eye viewers might see our cameraman for this week is in the bottom corner there filming some extra material, and the ball actually bounces off of Chris's foot and takes it away from Greg Ingles. The amount of luck Scandinavia are having in this match is unbelievable as the cameraman goes for an action shot from the kickoff there, and that's Finlay, for those with a keen eye, who plays for Fatburn Rovers on camera duties this period of highlights. I was going to say evening, you're watching at a different time, but this was filmed in the evening. Scandinavia coming forward now with a loose ball, 5-1, 4-goal blanket, or 4-goal cushion for them to be more exact in terms of furniture wear. As David comes forward, well, that blanket or pillow is now feeling a bit smaller now as David gets a goal for Ivory Toast and makes the score line 5-2, reducing the difference to 3 goals. Great strike from David from distance there into the bottom corner, and Wayne unable to get a foot to stop that from going in. So Scandinavia now 5-2, still winning, but only 3 goals now as Matthew looks to come forward. Good save there by Greg to deny Matthew. Great run by Matthew there, but unable to apply the finish there. Wayne with the block there and manages to hold on to the ball. Now Scandinavia look to come forward as Chris gets away from Neil there. Chris with the shot, and Chris with another goal. That's his hat-trick in this game. Neil tried to be aggressive there. The ball bounced off of Chris into a great amount of space there, and then Greg unable to get the strong foot behind that shot to stop it from going in. You can see the frustration there. But Champers and Chris now both hat-tricks in this game, and Ivory Toast find themselves back to being 4 goals behind in the match. David now pushing up forward to try and win the ball, but it goes all the way back to Wayne in his goals there. And now Wayne will look to restart for Scandinavia here as there's a ball being cleared from the pitch. Good kick from our referee to get that ball cleared and away. And the game will be restarted. Wayne, long ball up. It's intercepted by Neil. Neil now coming forward. Neil finds David. David finds Liam. Liam, can he score? Yes, he can. And Ivory Toast have a third goal for them now. Great play here by Ivory Toast from Neil to David to Liam, and eventually it lands all the way through into the back of the net, and that gives Ivory Toast a third goal in this match. Chucky now with the shot, and actually Ivory Toast have got another goal here, almost straight from kick-off, and that makes it 6-4. Now is this a bit of a comeback for Ivory Toast now? Great hit there by Chucky. It just daisies itself across the ground there and gets into the back of the net. So 6-4. Ivory Toast definitely not out of this game, as almost quickly again from the kickoff there's almost another chance there, but eventually it goes all the way through into the hands of Wayne in goals there as the ball goes across the Ivory Toast box. Chris there with the touch that lands with Lewis, but now Kev's away and Kev plays with Chucky. Chucky, can he finish? Chucky turns around Chris. Chucky, dummy, again, and scores this time. And that's a hat-trick there for Chucky. We've got 3 players who have completed their hat-trick in this game. Several dummies here try to commit Wayne to dive, to commit to trying to save one way or the other. Eventually, Chucky puts it in the back of the net, and it is 6-5 from being 4 goals behind to only 1 behind now as Neil wins the ball. And oh my word, I thought that was going to be the equaliser to complete the comeback in this game. But the ball's been lost now. Chris is hurtling towards the Ivory Toast goal now. Chris cuts inside. Chris shoots and Chris scores. 4 goals for Chris now. 7th goal for Scandinavia. 7-5 in this game. Absolutely glottal of goals in this match for you viewers to enjoy here. 7-5 the scoreline, and it's not done yet. Still plenty of time for more action to come, and based on what we've seen, there are plenty of chances of seeing more goals in this match. Kev playing the ball to David. David has Chris there for company, but decides to play it all the way back to Barry. Barry clips it through to Kev. Kev now in front of the goals, and Wayne with the save there. Are we going to start seeing goalkeepers producing vital saves to reduce the goals going in, or will the trend continue? Ivory Toast in Scandinavia half, play it across all the way through to Barry. Barry up against M2, use the wall. Barry gets it again, and there's a 6th goal for Ivory Toast. They are definitely not out of this match. They are back to only being 1 goal behind now, and Scandinavia will be slightly panicking that their very, very comfortable lead has been now cut back once again as Thomas comes forward and the ball's been taken away by David. Champers has it. Champers to Chris. Chris takes the shot, and Chris gets another goal. And every time Ivory Toast think that they're on the path to get themselves back into this game, Chris replies instantly to extinguish that light of hope there. 8-6 now the score. Chris on 5 goals now, and Barry's got a goal there to get it 8-7. Always coming back to 1 goal difference in this game. Lovely little touch by Barry from Kev's long shot there. And it's 8-7 once again. Will Ivory Toast be able to push on and get that elusive goal that will get them back even in this game? As Champers comes through, Champers the shot and it's saved. Or will Scandinavia continue to build upon their lead? Ivory Toast up into the Scandinavia end. There is still plenty of time for anything to happen here. Barry, as he tries to get the shot, could David get to it? Wayne makes the save there. Absolutely non-stop action here. Thomas has the ball, looks to play it in the middle to Chris. Chris receives the ball there. He's got time and space. He's pushing forward, gets past Kev. Will he shoot? Yes, he does, and he scores. And it is Scandinavia and Chris who managed to get that next goal and extend the Scandinavian lead in this match. Chris, lovely finish there after he gets past Kev and then fires it into the opposite side of the goal from where Greg looked like he was expecting it. And it is Scandinavia who extend their lead to 2 goals once again. 9-7, unbelievable scoreline in this match. Really glad we're able to bring you all these goals, all these actions. As Champer shot there, saved by Greg. We have seen some fantastic saves and some fantastic goals as Liam hits the post unbelievably. That could have been the linchpin to get Ivory Toast back into as the ball is loose, but eventually goes back to Wayne. And we're in the last bit of play with Ivory Toast up in the Scandinavia half, desperate to try and get that ball in the back of the net. Referee blows for full time, 9-7. My word, what a game. Final game of Week 8, Season 8, Fat Fives football sees Fatburn Rovers versus Flaberdeen. And straight away, Callum for Fatburn Rovers, smashing that into the back of the net there straight from kickoff. Gets himself into about midway of the pitch there and hits it past Kev in goals there. So straight away in this match, 1-0 up. As I was saying in the intro there, as I always say, Fatburn Rovers in green shooting left to right, Flaberdeen in blue shooting right to left, just to make sure everybody is clear of where the teams are lining up. But it should be clear as day already. If you look at the scoreboard, Fatburn Rovers 1-0 up and the ball is only hit one net so far until there, where Barry managed to get the ball on target but saved by Stephen as well as Jamie. So Flaberdeen coming back into this game, not letting that early goal put them down and out as Tazzy hits the post unbelievably. Barry comes forward though. Oh, that's absolute flipped on his head there as Tazzy hits the post and looked like he was going to get a second goal. Barry's went all the way up the pitch and slotted it past Stephen Ingold to give Flaberdeen a equalising goal in this match. So 1-1 between the teams now. Brilliant reply there from Flaberdeen as they go hurtling back into this game. Tazzy coming across there, trying to steal the ball from Barry, but it still made its way forward. Barry still has it, and the shot and the save there by Stephen to deny Flaberdeen another goal. Scoreline remains 1-1 between the teams now. Kev in goals for Flaberdeen, looking to find a teammate to roll out to, does so in Doug, and now they look to get forward, but it's been intercepted and Sean skiffs the shot, but it's landed with Callum, and Callum squeezes the ball past Kevin goals to give Fatburn Rovers their second goal of the game there. Kev down early thinking Sean's shot was going to be on target, but it wasn't. Flummoxed him and Callum took advantage of that. So scoreline now is 2-1 to Fatburn Rovers as Craig's shot there hit with absolute power there just bounces away off the post unfortunately for them. Callum coming forward once again. Callum with a shot and it's saved there. Terry with the opportunity and it bounces back after shooting high into the board. Remains 2-1 in this game as John passes it out wide there, but receives it back. John looking to play to Matthew. Matthew now with the shot. Save there from Kev to deny Fatburn Rovers a third goal. Ball's been picked up by Callum though. Callum hurtling forward. Looks to play to John. John now. Play the shot. It's blocked. Still has the ball. Looks to take the shot again. Lands at Callum's feet. Third time of asking. Fatburn Rovers get their third goal. Absolute tenacious stuff here from John. Manages to get the shot away. Kev with the save, but unfortunately it lands right into the path of Callum there. And cruelly for Kev and Flaberdeen there, it's in the back of the net. 3-1 the score to Fatburn Rovers now as Flaberdeen look to come forward. Paul giving it to Jamie, back to Paul. Paul the shot, and the shot just drags wide of the goal there unfortunately. So still 3-1 in this match. Flaberdeen looking to try and get back into this game quickly as the ball there from John for Flaberdeen. And he's picked up. John there for Flaberdeen takes the shot and he does get a goal in this match. Brilliant stuff there from John. John v John in the corner there, but it's John for Flaberdeen who manages to get the goal and come out the victor there after a poor pass out from Stephen, unfortunately for Fatburn Rovers. So 3-2 now is the scoreline as John for Fatburn Rovers falls over there from the challenge. Nothing malicious there. Jamie goes to go check on him as the ball is then deemed to be played back to Flaberdeen. And Jamie helps him up there, and a nice little pat on the shoulder from the two players there. Great to see the camaraderie and sportsmanship on display there. Hall now for Flaberdeen with the ball at feet into the Fatburn Rovers top far corner there from the camera. And John comes across and manages to block that ball, making all the way to Jamie. But Stevens had a heavy touch, and now John for Flaberdeen takes advantage and gets another goal from a goalkeeping mistake there. And Stephen will be sick of the sight of seeing John in front of him there. Quick thinking there and brilliant placement of the shot there by John. And Stephen will be furious with himself. And now we have the game at all square. 3-3 is the score in this match. Very opportunistic, and Flaberdeen definitely taking their goals that came with a massive slice of luck through some goalkeeping errors. Just has his opportunity, and he absolutely hits wide with that shot now. Fatburn Rovers looking to get going once again. You can hear the tired players there as Terry, lovely turn there, through and go, takes the shot on the save thereafter. Terry's hit the backboard there. Great turn by Terry there. And Flaberdeen look to come forward now. John giving it to Jamie. Jamie to Doug. Doug now. Doug has company. And the ball, he's won it back, though he did lose it, but he has won it back. Back heels to John. John with the shot. Oh, John's got his hat-trick. Unbelievable. Debut week at Fat Fives football, and he's got himself a hat-trick now, John. Brilliant finish there from distance inside the foot. And Stephen in goals for Fatburn Rovers will just be sick of the sight of John in this match. 3 goals for him, and Flaberdeen have now put themselves 1 goal up after being behind early on from that goal. Lovely save there from Kev just a moment ago that I talked over. I wanted to highlight that. Big strong hand came out there and pushed that ball away there. And it's at 4-3 to Flaberdeen. Fatburn Rovers now having to try and find an equalising goal now, but another great save there from Kev. The ball in the Fatburn Rovers half now. Tazzy has it at feet. Tazzy looking to play it forward. Does make it to James. James still has it in control. Through to Sean. Can Sean do something here? He's round Craig. And it has gone wide there, unfortunately, for Sean and Fatburn Rovers. Jamie on the opposite side of the pitch. Plays it to John. Can John get a fourth? No, he's lost the ball. And now we come Fatburn Rovers. Tazzy. They've got an extra player, and Tazzy elected to shoot. And a great save there from Kev. And now we're into the last bits of play for this match. The shot from James is blocked there. And Doug will see it all the way back to Kevin Gold. Referee blows the whistle. 4-3 to Flaberdeen. A brilliant comeback from them. Confirmation of the final scores from Week 8, including that absolutely blockbuster 9-7 win for Scandinavia over Ivory Toast. All scores on your screen there. Looking at the table after the games are done, Rapid Vienna go top on 46, Scandinavia move to second on 45, Ivory Toast drop the third on 44, Fatburn Rovers on 38, OB City and Flaberdeen both on 32, split by goal difference. Bayern Brew move to 7th on 22, and Parmesan Belgrade on 20 at the bottom. Fat Fives are constantly looking for new players. Our registration window is never closed. You can find our player registration form at our website, fatfives.football. Fat Fives are delighted to offer opportunities to all local, national and international businesses to work in partnership with our sponsorship programme. Head to fatfives.football/sponsor to see our brochure. Don't forget to like and subscribe to make sure that you're notified of all the highlights for this upcoming season.